My name is Robert Hoops. I'm a photographer here in Kansas City. I've always been interested in visual arts. Photography is something I kind of dabbled in growing up. And in high school, I could never get like the developing process right. I felt like I was really good with the lighting and everything like that, but once I got in the darkroom, it was just a total disaster. So with the rise of DSLRs and my skill in Photoshop, I've always really had for the past decade or so, photography's come along pretty easily for me nowadays. So I've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years. Mostly what I do is creative concepts, things I just kind of come up with my head. I don't really like to do the typical stuff. I do shoot a wedding and things like that every now and then, but most of the time it's things I think up or dream up or have nightmares about, and I turn that into something real. My style and my inspiration as well a lot of it comes from things that scare me or scared me as a child. I think my biggest stylistic inspiration is the illustrations of Steve McGamel in the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, the books from my childhood growing up in the 80s and 90s. Those images really stuck with me and scared me as a kid, but as I got older, they really just stayed with me. And the way that things look like they're kind of decaying and melting, but they're really pretty and beautiful at the same time, I really take that to heart, especially when I'm doing photography. If I can apply that look to a real person, that's just awesome when that happens. I started a business this summer. It was mostly wedding photography, but I find that when I do wedding photography, working a full-time job on the side, editing all those wedding photos, which can be thousands of pictures, leaves little time for more of the creative studio stuff that I enjoy doing. So I'm shifting away from things like wedding photography and infant photography and moving more towards shooting just creative concepts with models. Like I said, I like to do things that I kind of think of, but I also really enjoy just kind of like single portrait sessions where I can get really creative. Things like maternity photography, I really enjoy that. Models of different shapes and sizes, I like to kind of experiment and not just kind of stay focused on one body type. In 5 years, I do see myself doing this. My growth has been pretty quick in the short amount of time I've been doing this. As a business anyway. So I do see myself as a photographer and a visual artist full-time within the next 5 years, and that's exciting. I really just hope everybody lets the images I make just stick with them, and my ultimate goal in art itself is just to create. I was created to create. That's kind of my life's purpose. It's tattooed on my body. And my ultimate goal with my art is just to take all kinds of different mediums, photography, film, illustration, everything, and mold it into one big opus someday. So hopefully that happens. My website's real easy to remember. It's hoopsphoto.com. I am on Facebook. You can find me at Robert Hoops, Robert Hoops KC, and Hoops Photo as well. My name is Robert Hoops, and I am a raw artist.